Hello everyone, welcome back to Theo Town. 3 weeks ago I got a comment from a disappointed skull telling me that Theo Town got a new update, and he said that he will miss the old highway texture. I wonder what did he meant by that. This update adds more biome to the game, and a new region.
Oh my god! Wow!
My goal is to build a giant city, and make a giant park in the middle of the region that has all of the new biomes in it. And see how many citizens decided to live in my city. And I want to mention that I enabled disasters. This is something I will regret later. This is how I built the most beautiful city I have ever built in my life. So, without further ado, let's jump into the video. This region is split into 10 different parts. I decided to name the regions the names of a cars companies. I named the first one Tesla and the second one BMW. What I did first is get rid of the already placed buildings and roads, and I finally saw the new highway texture.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the f***?
It's very bad. I hate it. I destroy it and completed opening the regions. I named them Bugatti, Lamborghini, Ferrari, Supra, Formula 1, Hawaii,
What?
and NASA. After I destroyed the buildings and the roads in the rest of the regions, I wanted to make a river to separate the middle island from the rest of the map. I started making a simple line on the ground so I can see it in the map. And I also wanted to turn this giant lake to a river to add more space to the middle island. I made another line on the ocean to see it on the map. After that, I started putting land behind that line I made. And I started working on the river. It took some time until I get it into the right size and the right shape. I placed rocky sand at the edges of the river to make it look better. After I finished that,
That's pretty good.
I started getting rid of all of the biomes and the roads in the middle island to make terraforming on it much easier. After that, I started building on Hawaii, and it's worth mentioning that I am going to use the sandbox mode for the rest of the video to make it easier to myself. I started like the usual by putting the residential and commercial zones near the river, and the industrial zones at the edge of the map, and putting all of the services, the fire station, police station, school, and the hospitals. I built the DSA headquarters and keep expanding until the rich people start coming to the city. 1 hour later and I finished this part. I've gone to the region behind it and started building, but this time I want to do something different. There is something I haven't used before. When you place zone, there is an add roads button. This button allows me to place roads while placing zones. I want to see if it's more efficient than place them manually. After I placed the zones, I started placing all of the services. Park bus stops, power stations, and water pumps. Fire stations, hospitals, prisons, and high schools. After that, I watched the houses start appearing on the map. And it's very satisfying to watch. It seems like this way is way more efficient than what I was doing before. So I'm going to use it for the rest of the regions. I want to mention that I'm not going to show the map anymore until the end of the video, because I wanted to make it a surprise for you guys. I have gone to the next region after that, and used the same strategy, but this time I downloaded more mods to make it easier to myself, because this map is bigger than the map I played last time. When I was waiting for the house to build, out of nowhere, a nuke blowed up a part of my city. It didn't cause a lot of damage to my city, but the fact that they can appear anywhere in the map, I just hope it doesn't blow up a place that will cause even more damage. After I finished it, I have gone to the big region that I named Lamborghini. This one is the same size as the map I played last time. It took 2 hours to build all of the zones and services. I left the game AFKing for about 3 hours, because it's going to take a lot of time until the skyscraper starts appearing in the city. In this time, 2 different things happened. First, a message about telling me that a meteorite is going to land somewhere in my city. After I checked it out, what I was fearing the most happened.
No, 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 please no, 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 no.
After I repaired the damage, another message popped up. This time a tornado spawned. And to my surprise, the tornado kept wandering around my city until this happened.
Oh, please no. Nah, please, not again. Please, no. No. No, 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 no.
repaired the damage again after that. And then I realized that disabling the UFOs was the best decision I have made in my life. I've gone to Tesla next. I did the same strategy like the last two regions, and to my surprise, nothing happened this time. No disasters, no fire, and no nukes. If you asked me, this is not normal. It makes me feel like something about to happen. I've gone to Bugatti next, and out of all of the regions, this one was the worst. You want to know how many disasters happened when I was building? Not one, not two, not three, but 5 different disasters. No! The first one was a flooding, a tornado, 2 nukes in 2 different locations, and a meteorite. After 2 hours of building and repairing, building and repairing, building and repairing, I have gone to the next region. Ferrari wasn't bad as Bugatti, but the amount of fires happened in this one was ridiculous. It made me believe that this game is cursed.
What the hell is even that?
I never imagined the day I will see a fire station on fire. The next and last one is Formula 1. At this time, I realized that I took a lot of time building this city, so I placed all of the roads manually this time, and I made only a horizontal lines. And this was also a mistake, because like what I said last time, people are throwing trash everywhere. But this time, you cannot go to the store behind your house. I made more roads, and waited until the trash problem solved itself. It took 7 days, but I finally finished the outer city. All it's left is the park at the middle of the city. I spend the whole day on the internet trying to find some inspiration. Until I saw this, I decided to make the park the same shape as this one. I first tried to find the center of the island. After I found it, I marked it with a building. After that, I tried to replicate the same shape, but I realized that this is not going to be easy. It took 4 attempts until I got the first one right. There is still about 7 to go. Give me a minute.
2,000 years later.
After that, I started working on the biomes. The first one was the Sakura biome. This is not one of the new biomes, but it looks beautiful, so I made it first. I used a tree tool to put trees inside the lines I made. After that, I destroyed the trees that growed outside the lines. I started working on the aspen forest next. It's one of the new biomes. I used the tree tool again, and tried to put the trees carefully, to not ruin the Sakura biome. The next one was a desert. This one took a lot of time, because I placed the desert manually, and totally not forgot about a tool that will help me do this even faster. And I also made a small oasis in the middle of the desert. The next one was the boreal forest. I need first to change the ground into dirt and finally remember this tool. It did it very fast. I started putting trees after that, but with low density. I started working on the normal forest next. I'm actually surprised that no disasters happened until now. My biggest fear right now is a fire starting at the middle of the forest. I started working on the rainforest next. I need first to change the ground into forest grass. After that, I started putting the trees. And because this is a rainforest, I put the trees on the highest density. The next one was a snow biome. This one didn't take much time to make. After I changed the ground into snow, I started putting some igloos and bear statues. The next one is the steppe grassland. This one didn't take much time, but when I was making it, a meteorite was about to land somewhere in the city and landed in the rainforest.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I destroyed all of the trees around the burning trees, because the game refused to make me destroy the burning trees. The last one is redwood forest. I first changed the ground into dark grass, and started putting the trees on a high density. After that, I destroyed all of the roads because they were ugly. This city took me 2 weeks to build, but finally I did it. I present to you tributaries. I want to thank you all for watching this far into the video. If you liked this video, I hope you consider subscribing. I want to reach 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Please. The next time I'm going to let you decide a good seed to build on next. And next time I'm not going to use zones. I'm going to place all of buildings manually. No! And this is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. And goodbye.